was he on about? My body, mister, come figure it out with the Sonnet sisters.
Hello fellows, and welcome to episode 6a. My name's Jennifer, and in this episode I'll be taking you through a blind reading of sonnet number 6. Then let not winter's ragged hand deface in thee thy summer ere thou be distilled. Make sweet some vale, treasure thou some place with beauty's treasure ere it be self-killed. That use is not forbidden usury, which happies those that pay the willing loan. That's for thyself to breed an other thee, or 10 times happier, be it 10 for 1. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art, in 10 of thine 10 times refigured thee. Then what could death do if thou shouldst depart, leaving thee living in posterity? Be not self-willed, for thou art much too fair to be death's conquest and make worms thine heir. Will, you always make it gross at the end. Always. Okay. If you haven't watched the previous sonnets to this one, there is a running theme in the first 17 sonnets where Shakespeare was commissioned to write the first 17 sonnets for a young man for his 17th birthday to persuade him to get married and have children. So there is a running theme of persuading someone to have kids throughout these first 17 sonnets. So let's have a look what I think it means. Then let not winter's ragged hand deface in thee thy summer ere thou be distilled. It's interesting that it starts with then, because obviously this was a group of sonnets that was given to him, so it's sort of following on from the previous sonnet, sonnet number 5, that Anna looked at last week. So don't let winter's rough hands ruin your sort of golden period of your life, your summer. In thee thy summer ere thou be distilled. Thy summer, being sort of the best part of your youth, the part where your youth blossoms the most, so when you've grown into it but haven't started to fade, ere thou be distilled. So don't let winter's rough hands ruin the perfect bit of beauty and youth that you're in at the moment before you can bottle it up. Make sweet some vale, treasure thou some place with beauty's treasure ere it be self-killed. I don't know what it means by veil. It's V-A-I-L. I'm not quite sure. Make sweet some vale. Treasure thou some place with beauty's treasure ere it be self-killed. Oh yeah, that does make sense. So give a sweet gift to a woman. I mean, we'll work out exactly what veil means in episode B. Treasure thou some place with beauty's treasure. So give your treasure, your seed, to some place, I suppose being someone's womb, before you die and that version of yourself can't exist anymore. That use is not forbidden usury, which happies those that pay the willing loan. So your ability to use what you have isn't something that is forbidden and to be kept to yourself, that only makes people happy. I think it's sort of saying that the ability to have children, or the ability to use your beauty, is not something to be held onto and kept in a box. That's for thyself to breed an other thee. So yeah, the use of your seed, your treasure, is to be able to breed another version of you, or 10 times happier, be it 10 for 1, or you'll be 10 times happier if you have 10 kids from one. So 10 for 1 is like 10 children coming from the one you. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art, if 10 of thine 10 times refigured thee. Yeah, 10 versions of yourself will be happier than you will be if you don't, but put in some convoluted way. Then what could death do if thou shouldst depart? Yeah, if you leave, if your time is up, what can death actually do? Death hasn't conquered you, leaving thee living in posterity, because you would still be living on through these children. Be not self-willed, for thou art much too fair. Don't just listen to your own wills, your own wants of whether you want children or not, because you're too attractive, you're too pretty to be death's conquest and make worms thine heir. You're too good to just be devoured by worms and to let death win over you. There we go. So let's try and do my in short version. So don't let the rough years ruin this perfect time in your life. Go and find someone to put your treasure into and to create a treasure before your time is up. The ability to make children is not something that's forbidden and only for certain people. It's for you, and it's for you to share. And how much better it would be if you had 10 kids. That would be even better than having one. And then death would have no power over you. And that is what should happen. You should win over death because you're too pretty for death to win over you, and for worms to be the only thing that comes from you in the end. Such a gross ending. All right, well, I'll dive more into the analysis of that and the bits that I wasn't 100% sure of in the analysis section on Wednesday. So until then, see thee anon.